10 centimeter cube of the disinfectant was transferred to what? To 20 centimeter cube. I will take the information from here to summarize. The cube were taken from the disinfectant. 10 centimeter cube transferred to 250 centimeter cube volumetric flask. What does this mean? What do you mean by transfer to 250 centimeter cube volumetric flask? What are they going to do? Yes, to dilute the solution. They will prepare 250 centimeter cube by diluting the 10 centimeter cube. Clear? They will add water. So here they are going to prepare one solution from another solution. Number of moles here and number of moles in the 250 centimeter cube are the same. Clear? Number of moles of the chlorate or chlorine, because they are present. So when they take a volume and they transfer it to a volumetric flask, then they are going to prepare another solution by dilution. Okay? You have to know that number of moles in the first one equals to number of mole in the second one. What about comparing between concentrations? C1 V1 equals to C2 V2 C1. Here we have C1 C2 V1 V2. Okay, C1 equals to what? V1 over V2 over V1 times C2 times C2. It is 250 divided by 10. It is 25 times C2. In titration, this is to be calculated in titration. Okay, so the concentration here will be multiplied by 25 to find the concentration in the 10 centimeter cube, but number of moles will be the same. Okay, so I will repeat. We take the 10 centimeter cube, we dilute it. When we dilute it, the concentration decreases. Concentration will decrease. We can find the concentration this way. Number of moles will be the same. Please keep the same information in your mind, because we are going to go back by the question. Approximately 20 centimeter cube of nitric acid and 20 centimeter cube of potassium iodide, both in excess, were added to the volumetric flasks. So we are not going to use these in calculation because they are in excess. The solution in the volumetric ways were made up to the mark with distilled water and then mixed to thoroughly. Why do Shabab? To make sure the same concentration is in the whole flask. If we don't shake thoroughly, then the solute will not be distributed equally in the whole flask. 10 centimeter cube of the solution is taken. Then we prepare this and we take from this 10 centimeter cube. This is titrated with sodium thiosulfate. We used 27.35 centimeter cube of 0.109 mole per decimeter cube of thiosulfate. Mole decimeter cube of thiosulfate, which is S2O3 2-, and This is 10 centimeter cube. I don't know its concentration. What do we call this concentration? C1 or C2? Before it is it before dilution or after dilution? This is what we look at. Before dilution, it is C1. After dilution, it becomes C2. Or before dilution, C initial, and after dilution, C final. We call it C1, C2. The concentration in the 250 centimeter cube and in the 10 centimeter cube is the same. This is C2. Okay? Because we take it from the 250 centimeter cube. The 10 centimeter cube is part of the 250 centimeter cube solution. So same concentration. Okay? Then we will go back. We will start our calculation from here. This will be first step in calculation. Then we calculate the if we need number of mole or concentration or whatever it is in the 250, then we can conclude the concentration here. This is equation 1. Equation 2, calculate number of moles of sodium thiosulfate. The first two thing to do is to start by calculating the number of mole of the reactant whose volume and concentration are given. Which reactant is this? Which one? Thiosulfate. Okay. What is the number of moles of sodium thiosulfate? Number of moles of sodium thiosulfate equals the concentration times volume. It is 0.109 times 27.35 divided by 1000. Can you help? زمل انت حامل calculator. The value is 2.98 times
10 power minus 3.
Minus 3, it is mole. How many significant figures we have here? 3. So we write 3 significant number of moles of iodine. I need this. We calculated this and we have the equations here. I need these for to continue the calculation. So we did this. Calculate number of moles of iodine. I need this information. I'm just trying to show you what we need to continue our work. Okay? Now, calculate the number of moles of iodine that reacted in step 4. Iodine in step 4 reacted with what? In step 4. Step 4. 10 centimeter cube of what? Of from the volumetric flask reacted with thiosulfate. So they need number of moles of iodine where? In the 10 centimeter cube. So always know what you are calculating. So moles of iodine in 10 centimeter cube, okay, of the solution in the flask. If you do this way, you will know what you are doing. Equals to what? Yes, we calculated thiosulfate. Number of moles of iodine equals to what? Thiosulfate divided by what?
1.49 times 10 power minus 3.
Yes, divided by 2. Excellent. 2.98 times 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 2. 1 point additionally 49. Yes. times 10 to the power minus 3 moles. Then the part after that, they will ask us to calculate what? Before looking, I want you to guess. What do you think they are going to ask us to calculate? We calculated number of moles here.
Sorry, concentration.
They will ask us either to calculate the concentration, okay, in the 250 centimeter cube, or the number of moles in the 250 centimeter cube. Then we continue, okay? I will check what they asked us to do. Hence, state the number of moles of chlorine in 10 centimeter cube of the solution in the volumetric flask. They need us to calculate what number of moles of chlorine in the 10 centimeter cube of the volumetric flask. Yes, we need chlorine. Then we go. Number of moles of chlorine in the volumetric flask. How to calculate it? What is the relation between what? Between the formed iodine and the chlorine.
نفس الراتيو.
Same ratio. Iodine formed in the first step is titrated in the second step. Same number of moles, and iodine and the chlorine 1:1, so equals to what? To 1.49 times 10 to the power minus 3 moles. We mentioned because I2 and Cl2 are 1:1 mole ratio. Okay, like this. So we calculated what? Chlorine in the 10 centimeter cube. Then they will ask us to find in the 250. Calculate the concentration in the original. So I need which concentration?
Before dilution.
Before, I need C1. I need C1. How to calculate it? There are many ways to follow. Yes, calculate the concentration of chlorine in the original one. We have number of moles of chlorine here. Okay?
أستاذ ال
We
V2
can-
over V1 times C2.
V2 over V1 times C2. Excellent. But first we need to calculate C2. Or we can find the number of mole here, then we find concentration. So many ways. First, we calculate concentration. We can do this. We can calculate concentration of Cl2 in the 250 centimeter cube equals to what? Equals to number of mole divided by what? By volume. What is the number of moles? Clear? What is the number of moles that we calculated here?
1.49 times 10 minus 3.
1.49 times 10 to the power minus 3 divided by what volume?
10
10.
over 1000.
Because we are here. Okay? We are here. Equals to what? To 1.49 times 10 to the power minus what? 4 mole per decimeter cube. Now يا زيد شو بنعمل؟ I need the concentration where? In the original solution. How to find it? As you said, C1, okay? So concentration in the original, always do this way. Solution equals to what? Equals to 250 divided by 10 multiplied by what? By 1.49 times 10 to the power minus 4. So at the beginning I showed you a plan of what happened step by step, and I mentioned that in general they ask us to calculate what C1, and this is the way we calculate it. And in the trend of the question, they asked us the same steps. Am I right?